Hey gang. Oh, today I think I'm gonna try to get to the same spot we had a campfire not that long ago. It's on a non-maintained road. If you can see all the snow behind me, we got hammered with some snow, so everything's pretty covered. Oh goodness. Okay, that's a dog. So I seen wolf tracks there. There was a video of a wolf not too far from here on one of the area Facebook pages, like literally really close. So that's a bit it's a bit frightful, but we've been out in areas. I had that camp out earlier in the winter where the wolves were 100 yards from me on a hunt or something because they were howling like crazy. One of the things I'm going to have to get is some bear spray. That's for sure. So yeah, we're going to go make some lunch in the woods. Probably tell a Bigfoot story today too. I got an interesting one. That I'd like to share. So, yeah, let me find a spot where we can get in the woods. There is no bare ground anywhere, so this might turn into quite the trek into the woods, I mean. Yeah, because that's the ridge over there we did before. That looks really steep on this side. Wow, that's a heck of a hill right here. This is not going to be a good way to go. I'll show you guys this hill. It is steep and a long way down. Yeah, the camera probably not showing it super well, but that would be zero fun to come out of. That is steep. So this spot's out. Let's keep trekking. Alright gang, so we're gonna probably head to the same spot we were a couple weeks ago. We're just gonna take a different way in. There's coyote track right there, I believe. This is really nice. The snow is frozen, so it has a solid base. Makes it easy for walking. Yeah, so just down there is where we were a couple weeks ago. I'm just grateful the snow is not real soft. Alright, gang. So we are not far from our spot. So I brought out a little stove so we could cook some grub. And maybe even have a campfire because I got the campfire stove as well. Whew. A little bit of work. Oh. Alright, well there's a stump we sat on last time we were out here. But maybe we'll change spots just a little bit here. I'm gonna walk on this ridge over here. See if we can find a spot that I like. If I have to, I'll come back and get this log to sit on. Kind of liking this spot right here though. Got this big tall pine tree. Right here it's a little open. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. Oh. Maybe I'll go get that log so I got something to sit on. And we'll have a little fire right here. Kind of like this spot. Alright, I'm gonna go get that piece of wood. And yeah, we'll do this right here. Okay. We're also going to set up our sworn green table. Oh, it might not be a breakthrough ground here. I was expecting the ground to be. Shoot. Oh, gang. Maybe we can use that to cook on. We'll have to see. I'm gonna gather up some branches so maybe we can get a fire going. I'll bring you back. First thing I'm gonna do, I get some hot chocolate going. Alright, gang, so today, just want to come out here, get the little stove going. We're going to make some jambalaya today. Now, I'm sure the jambalaya I'm going to make is not going to be up to standard to Joe from Joe's Outdoors or Outdoors with Joe. Jeez, I can't remember what it is. Anyways, he's got a really good channel. There's a lot of stuff with making fires. Lots of content. Really, really good content. But anyways, Joe, I'm sure this isn't going to be up to your standards. You might even cringe when you realize exactly what I'm using to make my jambalaya. But anyways, we'll get some hot chocolate going. Once that's done, we'll get the jambalaya going. Once there's the jambalaya going, we're gonna have a Bigfoot story, so we'll get to that in just a little bit. Man, gang, is that boiling slow. I am very tempted to move this cup over to the fire. I think it'll heat up faster. And this way too, we can go on our lunch. So what we got here, we got some zatamarans and some turkey sausage. So we're gonna make ourselves some zatamarans jambalaya. So Joe, with Joe's Outdoor Places. Don't hate on me, man. Don't hate on me. We better get some water in there first, eh? So there's our rice mixture. We'll just pour that in there. We'll go ahead and just throw the sausage in there right now, I guess. I don't know if I should be waiting to do that or not. I have no idea. Usually not something I make. But something I wanted to try. Something a little different out in the woods. So now, I wanted to get on to today's Bigfoot story. This is an interesting one. I don't know. Yeah, this gal was out on her horse, and she saw something. I don't know. I'm having a hard time when I was reviewing the story thinking that it's a Bigfoot she saw. But she saw something. So let's get on to today's Bigfoot story. The report was made in July of 2001. The year that this supposedly happened was in 1991. It was summertime, August, and it was in Marquette County. It's not super close to here, but it's an interesting story. So this would have been 17 miles north of Ishpeming off Deer Lake Road, and not good enough for details. The biggest town near this would have been Ishpeming, Michigan, and nearest road, Red Road Township. Red Road. It says township. I'm not sure what that means. Is that Red Road to Township Road? I don't know. Okay. Alright. So, about 10 years ago, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, in a pine and hardwood country mix, I was riding my white gelding, Silver, just before dark. I was about 1.5 miles from my camp when Silver stopped dead in his tracks on the dirt road we were on and stared into the woods. I looked in the direction his head was turned, and to my surprise, I saw a tall, white animal coming towards us at a quick speed. I almost lost my horse. It almost looked like my horse was coming at us. I wasn't riding him at the time. Oh, you know, if I wasn't riding him at the time, I would have thought he got lost and it was him running toward me. All of a sudden, the animal came within about 30 yards from us, stopped, turned to go sideways, running behind some pine trees. He just disappeared. Just disappeared. I didn't see him come out of the other side. Go back, nothing. Just gone. I was quite scared at the time, and real excited too. I was too scared to go into the woods to find where it went, or what it was for that matter. It had white hair. Looked like a horse standing tall, looking at me, but when it turned sideways to run, there was no large body behind it. It looked like an upright animal. Large body, It was totally silent, with no noise, even though he was running through the trees. And it eventually... sorry about that. I lost my spot. He was running through the trees in a very heavily blueberry patch area. The area has since been logged off in that stretch. And I know my kids saw something running in that woods the same summer while four-wheeling. We made a big joke about it being our albino Sasquatch. Real remarkable. I tell my story and they laugh at me. But I know what I saw, and my horse saw it too. His reaction was quite extraordinary. I think whatever it was whatever the animal was, it thought Silver was one of them. He looked so similar in the woods till he turned and there was no body behind it. I never reported to any officials here, and there isn't anyone to report it to. I thought of calling a DNR about it, but I swear my family teases me so terribly I would get ridiculed about it if I went public. Everyone at camp knows of this, though, and I do tell it often. I know it was something unique for me to witness. We have large wooded area in the UP, where our camp is, and very rugged terrain. Many bluffs are located in this area, and one large ridge runs behind where the animal was observed. I have not seen this since that summer, and no one other than my children and their friends have reported any such sighting that I know of. It has always bothered me that I didn't go investigate it further, but my fear I felt hit me with something I never dealt with and just couldn't do it. I don't know if this was worth telling now, since the area is logged and it was so many years ago. But I guess I'm wondering if anyone else ever reported anything so bizarre, especially it being white like that. So that's a very interesting story. So I don't know about the fact that she saw something that was all white. Calls it her albino Bigfoot. What do you think it was? I don't believe she saw the Bigfoot. I'm not trying to ridicule her, but she said it was all white. That would be more like what people would say is a Yeti. And are Yeti and a Bigfoot the same thing? Are they the same family? Could have it been a Yeti passing through the area? And would that even make sense? Being it was August in the summertime. I don't know. I don't know. And the thing of it is, she said when it was running at her, she would have thought it, if she didn't have her horse Silver with her, she would have thought it was her horse Silver coming at her. So it looked like a horse? Like she's a horse person, right? If she was assuming it was a horse until it turned and there was no body, what the heck did she see? That's what's interesting about these stories. I'm not saying she isn't being honest. I mean, I'm not saying she didn't see something. But it doesn't add up to a Bigfoot. So I don't know. And that's probably about where she was at, was probably 30 miles from here. 30 to 40. So a little ways. Now I'm just, I'm skeptical of what she thinks she saw. In the area she's talking about, I mean, she's obviously familiar with the woods. They got a camp out there, and that's a very wooded area. I know where she's talking about. I know that area. Not super well, but I do know the area. So what do you guys think she saw? This creature, she would have assumed was a horse until it turned sideways. That's why I said at the beginning, I was like, this is an interesting one. This is interesting. She had a sighting of some sort, but I don't believe it was a Bigfoot. What do you guys think she saw? I'm really, really enjoying sharing these stories with you. It's entertaining, and maybe at some point we'll get out and see something that could be Bigfoot evidence. I don't know. My curiosity is definitely piqued with this whole situation. So, anyways, well, gang, I'm going to bring you back after a while. I'm just going to tend to the fire, watch the food, bring you back after a while. Well, let's take a look at this jambalaya. What do you think, Joe? Do you like the Zatamrans? There it is. There it is. Oh my God. Whew, that is hot. That is hot. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good, but it's hot. That needs to cool down a little bit. And I'm not talking spicy hot. Although, if you've had that boxed jambalaya, it's got a little spice to it. It's got a little life to it. Nothing, you know, terrible or overbearing, but it has some life. It might get your nose running a little bit. So what do you guys think about that Bigfoot story? A woodpecker up on the hill. Got an airplane flying overhead. So yeah, now that the plane's gone, what do you guys think about that Bigfoot story? What do you think she saw? I mean, it obviously wasn't a horse. Back then, I want to say they introduced moose back into this area right around that time. So she said 91. And I want to say 88 or 89. 1988 or 1989. Was when they reintroduced the moose into the UP, and it would have been in that area actually. So yeah, what do you guys think? As she said, it didn't, when it turned sideways, it didn't have a body of a horse. So couldn't have been a moose. Yeah, that's the fun part about reading these stories. Because I just wonder, what the heck are people seeing? Oh, I was hungry. It's getting late in the day. I don't even know what time it is for sure, but probably 3:30 maybe. I had nothing to eat all day. And this batch of Zatamrans that I brought out, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but anyways, I only took out a half a batch. That's why I had only a half, had a Tupperware container, and then I only took, excuse me, only took about a half a pound of turkey sausage. I knew it'd be, a full batch would be too much, but I was ready to eat. Oh, it's beautiful over here today. It's probably low 40s Fahrenheit. I'm just so grateful after all that snow, there was still a solid base. So I was able to walk down without having to trek through deep snow. That takes a lot of work. Anyways, gang, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this meal. Let the fire burn out. And then I'm going to head the heck out of here. I just wanted, it's been a couple weeks since I got out in the woods. I just due to weather. So just glad to be out in the woods, have a fire, cook some grub, have some hot chocolate, and enjoy time with you guys. One of the other things I'd like to ask you guys is you can become a channel member. $5 a month really helps the channel. It's not a lot of money, obviously, but it helps. It helps tremendously, and I greatly appreciate my current members and look forward to future members. All right, gang, well, I'm going to get to finishing up my meal and let this campfire burn out, and then I'm going to head home. It was real nice to get to spend some time with you in the woods. And we'll see you on the next adventure.